different, and it requires a certain mindset in order to actually have anybody succeed, right? It's not like a lot of people like to refer it as gambling, but gambling really has no mentality tied to it. It's just an addiction, right? It's not like stocks where you can kind of see news and stay updated with a couple things and kind of have a reliable sort of way of knowing where the market is going. A lot of people like to compare it to stock options as well. I used to trade stock options back in the day a lot, okay? And I found out, to be honest with you, that for the most part, it's not like that at all as well, even though people like to tell you that it is, right? And through my years of trading now, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I mean, over the past couple, like 2 months or so, well, I would probably say the beginning of this year, I was able to strike gold, right? Like, a lot of people would like to call it luck, right? I choose to believe that there was a divine intervention in my life because my bank account was sitting like this, right? And not even just -2. It was technically negative like tens of thousands of dollars because I'd bet almost all of my life savings into making this work. This is what my bank account looks like right now. Honestly, at this point, it looks like a little bit more, but my meme coin journey for a long time looked like this. So we had a baseline, right? I started trading meme coins, and from the get-go, literally from the get-go, what happened was I started going under and under and under and under. And it wasn't until about the beginning of this year that I started seeing a pivot and trend upwards, right? Even I wasn't in the green just yet, right? But at the beginning of this year, I've kind of put myself in that situation. But it all stemmed from one singular thing. The singular thing was that I changed my mentality and I understood the psychology behind meme coins. Okay, guys. And I learned this from a multi So in the process of trying to learn meme coins, I was very enveloped in about all the coaching programs, courses, you name it. And through one of those that I paid an extravagant amount of money for, I was in a table in Miami, right? And one of the guys came and he knew one of the guys that I was sitting with, and he came up to us. And when he came up to us, I asked him, what do you do? He was wearing a really nice watch, my dream watch at that time, which funny enough, I have now, right? And I now have my other Grail watch as well. But as I was asking him, I was like, hey, like, what do you do? And he told me one singular thing, which is meme coins. And at this point, he didn't know that I was, like almost $100,000 in debt to this hobby, right? Trying to make it work because I had made my money in other places, like SMA, stuff like that. And I really wanted to make the meme coins work because let's be honest with you, it's probably what I thought would be an easier route to duplicate my money, and I ended up losing a lot of it. But he ended up telling me a couple of lessons. I asked him and I told him, and I was honest with him, and I said, hey, I'm really trying to make this work. I look at charts every single day, I'm looking at pump fund, I'm trying to buy and trade and sell and all these different things. And he told me a couple of different things, which is what I want to share with you guys today, right? And the first thing, and it sounds counterintuitive, but it's that meme coins are memes, right? I know this sounds very stupid, but let me actually dive into what this is. Meme coins or memes is a lot of people think of meme coins as this sort of, again, stock-esque platform where there's highs and lows and buys and sells and stocks rise, stocks fall. There's market valuations, there's market caps, whatever the case may be. Meme coins are simply memes, right? They fit into the culture, meaning that everything that's trending on Twitter, it dies, it goes, it's funny, it's not funny, it goes from funny to cringe and cringe to dead, whatever the case may be. All of that is tied directly into the meme coin space. If we look at some of the stuff that's here, for example, this is just a platform that I use that feeds off pump fund and curates my coins to make sure I don't get rugged, right? All these coins that are being made, for the most part, they rely on something that is trending in the market right now. There's a big AI trend, right? That's a meme. Nutcoin, it's a meme based on, I think, like Titcoin or something like that, right? They're all memes and they all come and go. They all become cringe. They all die out, stuff like that. But meme coins are just memes, and you have to think about them as such. Think about a meme that you think is funny, right? If you see a meme that you think is funny, then guess what? It and it sounds like other people are gonna have it, but if you see it like have the same vibe as this other meme, right? If you see it have the same kind of viral potential as another meme, then that means you could kind of put it on your watch list. Maybe you can throw a little bit of Solana into it while it's at a lower market cap and kind of see where it goes. Okay. Don't get involved into these bigger projects that promise like AI returns, all this and that. The best route for you to take if you're just starting out is just think about meme coins as what they are. They're memes, right? What is the market saying? What are the memes right now? What is something that other people can find funny, I guess you could say, or vice versa. You don't necessarily have to look at charts, but look at Twitter, right? Or look at reels and tweets and look at the memes that are there, right? Look at the reels that are there and just either turn them into coins yourself or buy the coins. More on this later, okay? So the first point there, let me actually, how can I do this? I meant to put this over here, but cool. The second point is that apart from meme coins or memes, is that you have to use no emotions. Most of this stuff is all intuition. Even when it comes to, in this scenario, it is very close and related to any other investment. Investment equals intuition equals investment. That's how I like to think about it. If you don't have enough conviction in what you're doing, if you don't believe that this coin has, for example, let's say this broccoli coin has the potential to skyrocket, then please, please, please don't buy it. Okay. Because what's going to happen is that you're going to look at it. You're going to be like, wow, this is a really promising coin. You're going to buy somewhere here. Okay. You're going to buy somewhere here. And what's going to happen is you're going to, as soon as it go down, you panic right away and you didn't wait for it to see fruition to the point where it's pumping right now, right? But if you had no emotion tied to it and you had strictly just, you know what, I'm betting on this because I believe in where it's going to go, then you absolutely have nothing to worry about and you see it through, right? This doesn't mean you hold coins. This just means you have a mentality of where it's going to go. Let's say it started right now. This coin's at $46,000 market cap. I think it's actually dying as we speak, right? But let's say you saw it when it was coming about. You saw the trends, you saw the memes, you saw the investors that were in it already. And you were like, okay, this coin can easily hit a $40,000 or $30,000 market cap. So that means when you're over here and the coin was only at like a $20,000 market cap, you invest, wait for it to get to 30 and you sell, right? You don't go past the limit to where you knew it was going to go, right? You just stick to it there. Intuition and investment go hand in hand because if you don't have the correct intuition going into every trade that you have, then you will have a lot of emotions coming into play. Okay. The next thing the developer told me is it's best to be on the winning side. Obviously, this comes into play everywhere, right? If you're in the stock market, you can become inside trader. Those make most money, but this is literally illegal because you can make so much money doing so. I mean, there's ways people are doing it somewhat legally. They have different entities that trade on their behalves, etc., that they're not directly tied to, or they may have a government official that knows what bill is going to pass and at what time, and they kind of go from there. But for the most part, again, it's extremely illegal. But how can you become an inside trader for meme coins? Is the best way that I know how to go about doing it is by literally just honestly becoming an insider yourself by creating coins. Okay. So this developer made a total, he told me, I think 70% of his portfolio or of wealth was making projects himself. Okay. Now, there's different ways to make your own projects. There's two big platforms out there. I recommend MemeFast because it lets you launch on the Radium Dex. There's also Pump Fund, which is its, I guess, counterpart. So MemeFast is if you want to launch on Radium. Pump Fund is if you want to launch on Pump Dex, right? Two different alternatives. I personally like MemeFast because it lets you launch on the Radium Dex, and this is where he did it. Keep in mind, when he was making coins himself, the bad part was he had to use a coding developer, and he had to have one on his payroll in order to develop coins. So he recommended me this website, right? And as the website started growing, it started getting a little bit more popular, and because it lets you do it with absolutely no code. But the beautiful part about being on this side is that you can dictate how much money you make, because if it's on the Radium Dex, you can dictate how much money you get, because if it's on Radium, you can control supply, right? So let's say, for example, you can create a coin manually yourself here. Okay, I've created different coins myself here, or you can simply go about creating a coin. If you see that there's a good narrative and a good meme going around, there's more than likely somebody that has made a coin already on the Pump Dex, and we can simply just copy it over to the Radium Dex. For example, let's say we click this one because inflation. Actually, I'm not going to go to that one. I'm trying to make something. They want to go with this one because Titcoin was very popular. So I'm going to click Nipcoin. We're just going to go ahead and click the feature right here. We're going to click proceed anyway, confirm. Yes, confirm. Yes, confirm. And I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to literally be on the inside. It's actually ridiculous. And keep in mind, you can make your own. You can call it by your own name, whatever it is. Or you can find a meme online and create it manually with the create coin feature. But for the purpose of this video, I want to show you guys the create coin copy feature, because honestly, it's really revolutionary. You can just kind of pick and choose what you want. You can create liquidity pool, and it's going to copy everything from the token. It's going to copy the image, the sign, it's going to copy the ticker, everything. So it's really easy. And then you can just put like 0.31 here. I recommend 0.31 liquidity to 0.7 because in order to validate your idea, you want other people to invest the money, not just yourself. You can click create pool. You can just confirm that. And in a minute, as you can see, there's other coins that have launched here. It's going to refresh. Cool. Now that it showed up here, as you can see, we're already like at $12 in profit because people have already started buying in. And as you can see here, the cool part about it is as people start, buying in here at the bottom, as you can see, we can actually choose to control the amount that we want to sell ourselves as developers. And this is exactly what he was saying, right? So we could, for example, remove the liquidity in percentages. We can remove 50% of the profit, 75% of the profit, or 100% of the profit. For example, I want to do it live, and I'll just click remove here. And the $12 that came in, guys, that's usually just bots coming in, right? As you can see, we remove the liquidity. Okay, cool. And that's going to go straight into our wallet. But again, you have to be very careful when it comes to meme coins because it's not like anything else in the market. As much as people want to tell you how predictable it is a very, very, very unpredictable market. So again, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you keep always in mind that meme coins are memes, right? As stupid as that sounds, they fit into the culture directly. Look at what's hot. Look at what's trending on Twitter, on Reels, whatever you're seeing, whatever's funny is going to somehow have backing on it with actual real life money, because that's how meme coins are. They're full of degenerates, use no emotions whatsoever. Intuitions equal investments. And it's best to be on the winning side. In traditional markets, it's literally legal to be an inside trader. It's like if you could make a stock and pump it artificially. It's literally what the Wolf of Wall Street used to do. But now with meme coins, it's completely possible, as the example that I showed you guys. All right, guys, keep this in mind. Watch this video a couple times, and you guys are going to absolutely kill it. go ahead and drop a comment, leave a like, and subscribe if you like the video.